This is one of those, we briefly interrupt our programming because the mailman came. I'm sorry. I'll continue the build that I was working on, that I was doing before the mailman came. But I want to show you guys in this interrupting video, and I'll put it in the playlist the way it played out. I spent $22 and bought singles for commanders that are 3 colors in the 3 guilds. I mean the 3 Shards of Alara and the 5 Wedges from Khans of Tarkir. So I'll run through these. I'm going to use these for fun with my gigantic selection that I think is right there, as I showed in the previous video, of standard only cards, just because I think it's an interesting exercise to take all the cards in big standard. This is only a summer gig, a summer fun gig, and run them through the paces of 3 color decks. I think 2 color decks are interesting, but I think 3 color decks are a lot more versatile. Of course, everybody wants to run 4 or 5 so they can do good stuff and everything, but I think 3 colors are really interesting. So I'm going to go in this video through these. Let me see how many I got. I got 4, 6, 8, 12, 14. So these are, based on my lookup, reasonable commanders in 3 colors that are really cheap. Okay, so there's nothing in here that's a money card. I paid $22 for 14 cards. So, and I'm going to use them for fun. And I'm also going to read off, I have a little note to the side here of the video, how many decks each one of these commanders is in based on EDHREC. And I think I'm going to put a link to EDHREC in these videos. I love that website. I mean, the thing that I don't like about it is it turns us into morons because we just look it up in there, what's the most common card, and we just play it. And that doesn't require any skill. But either way, so the Revi, it shows up in 1937 decks. So I think from the list, I see a range that goes, I think between 1,000 and 1,500 for the more common budget commanders, and then it goes south under that. So anything under 1,000, I think it's a not that played budget commander. Okay, this card has been in the video for long enough. So the Revi is a Bant commander. Let me put my little notes closer to me so I don't have to keep looking to the right. That's found in 1937 decks. The main theme for it is tap and untap. I'm not going to read the whole thing because I want to make the 15 minutes or less. And I'll be building decks to these guys, and I'll show them all in detail when I build a deck to them. Then this is Gahiji, and Gahiji is only in 727 decks. It or she is a Naya commander, and it's all about getting attack bonuses. Okay? So it's all about attacking. Gave is a white, black, green, and I apologize for not having memorized the 5 Wedges from Khans of Tarkir. I really should. I know Jeskai is white, blue, red because I played a lot of Jeskai when Khans of Tarkir was in standard. So Gave or Gav is all about Saprolinks. Quite fitting since I'm going to be building a Saprolink build later on. And I think I should leave it on there so you guys can read it in case you're a new player and you've never seen this card. Again, I'm going to link EDHREC in the videos, in this playlist, and definitely at least in this video. This card has Eminence, and this is Inala. And Inala is a Grixis commander and is a wizard. Okay? So this would be a wizard commander deck. Jaleva, which I have this deck, but I still wanted to buy the single because this is going to be one of my props, and I don't want to mess with my the 2 precon commander decks that I do own. I own the one that has True Name Nemesis, and I don't own the other one that has the Wormcoil engine. I think it's already. I'll show those at some other time. So anyways, Jeleva is a... oh, and I forgot to mention how many decks Gav was in or Inala. I'm sorry. So Gave or Gav is in 1,648 decks. So it's supposed to be fairly well used. Not the case for Inala. Inala is in all of 641 decks. Then Jeleva or Jeleva is in 1,077. So it's kind of borderline in the more played budget commanders. And it's all about instants and sorceries. Again, we're in the middle of building one of those right now as our programming was interrupted by the mailman, which is a good thing in this case. Then we've got Marath. Marath is in 1,279 decks. It's a Naya commander, and it's all about counters. So it's one of these counters commanders. Okay. Then Matas, I'm going to call him Matas, is only in 286 decks. This dude does not get a lot of play compared to the other ones. And Matas is a white, black, red, creatures die kind of commander. And we have a commander like that in our build for today. Mayael, I love the artwork. I mean, this artwork is fantastic. By Jason Chan. He's a major artist for Magic. I've seen his name in many good-looking cards. Beautiful card. So Mayael, the Anima, I always think of Anima, but it's really Anima. I'm sorry. Mayael, the Anima, is on 1,404 decks. It's Naya, and it looks like it's all about casting big critters. Okay, that's what I read from it. Rune. Rune is in 1,507 decks. It's the Bant commander, and it's got flicker and enters the battlefield kind of effects. So it's one of those commanders. Chattergang Brothers Goblin. I love that. Love that a lot. But it's only in 585 decks. Jund, so I guess Jund does not get a lot of love when it comes to 3-color budget commanders. And it's got a lot of sacrifice triggers. So you can sacrifice creatures, artifacts, enchantments, and do something that helps you. Sidri is, of course, by Therese Nielsen, and that's why it looks so incredibly beautiful. Love her artwork. My favorite Magic artist. Sidri is in 1,062 decks, so it's kind of lower in the lower range borderline of what is heavily played for budget commanders. It's Esper artifacts. That's wonderful. I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun building an Esper artifacts with Sidri. Then Zedru. Which is a white, it's a Jeskai. Incredibly enough, like I said before, this is the one that I remember. So Zedru is a Jeskai, and it's in 1,460 decks, so it's in the upper range of playable budget commanders, and it's all about how many permanents you control. I think. I could be wrong. Zur, which was reprinted in Masters 25 or Modern Masters, I forget, is in 1,613 decks, so it's in the higher end of the playables, up there with Derevi. So far, Zur, Derevi, Gav, or Gave are the 3 top ones in my list. It's an Esper Enchantments Matter commander. Then we're going to run through the 5 of Khans of Tarkir, and I'm going to reorder them because I don't have them ordered correctly. Just to go by my list, let's find Anafenza. Then I'm going to do Sidisi, Anafenza, Sidisi, Sorak, Narset, Zergo. Yeah, that's what it is. There we go. So, and I'm going to do my little things for my icon that I always forget to do. And hopefully this will work out. There we go. Okay. So, Anafenza is in 930 decks. Not that popular. white, black, green counters matter commander. CDC, and I didn't play this guy when it was in standard, I think, at all. I may have built like a deck or something. CDC is in 1,997 decks. So this guy is major leagues up there with Derevi. So Derevi has 1937, CDC is 1997, and so I already know what the numbers are for the next three. This is my top guy in the list. Then EDHREC is, oh, and CDC is all about self-milling. From my read. Again, I'm going to play it. I'm going to build it, play it. We'll see what happens. EDHREC can't be countered, so a lot of those green can be countered cards I want to put in here. And EDHREC is in 1,102 decks. Blue, red, green. Rug is what I call blue, red, green. Narset, which I hear has some infinite combos and people hate it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it very casual, just for fun. Is on 1,890 decks, so it's a number 3 on this list of the ones that I'm talking about today. And it's Jeskai. That's a Jeskai commander. And it's all about free casting non-creatures. That can only be fun for you and a pain for your opponent. Last, and not quite least, Zurgo is in 1,311 decks in EDHREC. And it's all about attacking, so just brutal attacking. So there you go. These are my my commanders that I ordered. Again, I always lose my counts because I'm getting old. 12, 16, so it's 18. My 18 commanders for $23. I'm sorry, it's 23. It's 22 if you round it down. It was almost $23. These are my 18 commanders for $22 that I plan to have fun with, and I'm going to use them on my big standard stash this summer.